Yeah. Hey guys, I'm here to talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 7 Reunion Part 3. Sorry this is late, but yesterday was Mother's Day, and I'm sorry. I didn't want to ruin my Mother's Day with an attitude of talking about this show. I really didn't. If you hear my heater, I apologize, but I'm cold. I'm not going to talk about everything. I'm just glad it's over. I'm glad that it's over. Hopefully next season we can start off fresh. But this season was so draining that I'm just glad it's over. Let me give a disclaimer again. I don't know why, only on the Real Housewives of Atlanta that I have to give a disclaimer before I do a video. And tell y'all, I'm team nobody. I'm team nobody. I watch the show as it is, and I give you guys my opinion. I have been watching it since season 1, so it's easier for me to give you guys my opinion of these ladies to be on somebody's team. And I'm like Kandi, I'm too grown to be on anybody's goddamn team besides mine and my kids. Sorry. But if you started off with Nene and Peter whole thing of the flirting and Kenya and all that, the flirting thing. I'm not going to even give this too much time. Peter denied it. He said they didn't flirt. That's why I'm not giving this too much time. I'm the type of person, I couldn't fuck with either one of them. Because the world saw them flirt. I don't know what they they consider flirting, but the world saw them flirt. No, it was not, oh, I'm trying to get your man, I'm trying to get your woman type of flirt. It was some kind of flirting, but they did flirt. And the only reason why I said I couldn't fuck with either one of them, because if you will deny something like this, I couldn't trust you to not tell me the truth if you slept with my man. You know what I'm saying? Because it was obvious you guys were flirting. So I just couldn't trust the bitch to be like, no, I didn't flirt. And then he said, oh, no, I didn't flirt. So then that means if y'all fucked, y'all both wouldn't tell me. No, couldn't do it. Own up to y'all shit. That's how I feel. The whole thing with Kandi and Todd, yeah, y'all did tell too much of y'all damn business when y'all was married. Yes, y'all did. And then y'all still want to get up on here and tell y'all business and how y'all slept with each other a couple of days ago. Like, I want their marriage to work. I really do. I be rooting for their marriage. But then when they get on TV, I just be like, huh. And I know Kandi loves Todd, but it just seemed like you giving this show what they want and not your marriage. They talked about Mama Sharon, and that was so heartbreaking to just hear them talk about her because I really like Mama Sharon. And, and it was sad to see Todd. You could tell he wanted to cry, but he had to, be strong or whatever. But it was sad. She had a stroke. He said he usually talked to his mom every day, and he was taking Kandi to the airport, and his mom didn't answer the phone. And he thought that was strange for 6 o'clock in the morning, but I think he let the day go by, and, he had one of her neighbors go check on her, and he had them go check on her, and she was dead. And I'm like, oh, my God. That is, like, one of the worstest fear that I have for, like, my granny or my dude's granny, because my granny don't live by herself, but my dude granny live by herself. Even though she has the life alert thing, I'd be so nervous because the close family all live out of state now, and she's in California by herself. I mean, she has like her neighbors and stuff like that, and she's been living on her street forever, over 50 years. So, people around her neighborhood are like family to her, but by us living so far, I'll be so nervous. I'll be so nervous. I stay on him to call and check on her and make sure she's okay, because I would hate to hear that. If she don't answer her phone, you don't even know. We can call in the neighbors like, can y'all go over there? Because we just like that. If you don't answer your phone and we know you're the type of person who answer your phone all the time, that's scary. So rest in peace to Mama Sharon. She would be missed. She would truly be missed, even though we didn't know her personally. Like, she became like a fan favorite. So, rest in peace to Mama Sharon. Todd and Kandi, I just hope y'all get y'all shit together, and I hope next season it's not about this. I hope by next season you're pregnant and we're talking about you having a baby, because I really don't want you guys to keep talking about y'all marriage. It's not. This whole Nene and Claudia thing, that's another thing I just want to skip over because I feel like we don't get nowhere with this. Especially when it comes to Nene explaining herself, we never get nowhere with her. That whole click thing, and Nene, like Claudia said, Nene was grasping at straws and she didn't have nothing else to fucking say, so that's what she came out with. Because if you don't know her and y'all don't hang, how do you know her Clinton left her body? Like, I don't get that. But so I'm not gonna even dwell on a whole conversation. Don't care. This whole Porsha being a thought, let me tell y'all, cause I have a problem with her. I really have a problem with her. Because I think she's been a thought all this damn time. I think that's how she got with Cordell, basically. I'm really serious. And then when she got with Cordell, she did do what she thought was the typical wife do or whatever, and you know, she toned down her thoughtism. But I really think she's always been a damn thought. And then I don't like how they didn't really go in about her calling Cynthia a thought, and then she did thought shit. Like, I didn't understand how they didn't call that out and go really into that, and what makes it okay for her to be a thought and not Cynthia, even though Cynthia wasn't a thought and only took a goddamn picture. I'm just saying, like, I didn't, I've been giving this shit too much of my time. But yeah, I do get where she say where you get with somebody and you try to be somebody for that person, but but then I'm like, we too old to just be what somebody else wants us to be. I'm sorry, you're supposed to be a strong woman. You can't keep being with somebody what somebody wants you to be just so you can keep a title. Not gonna happen. My dude's gonna accept me for flaws and all, and he know what he got with. So ain't no need for me to change. If I'm gonna change, it's gonna be changed for the better, not for the worse. I'm sorry, but you do be a certain way with your dudes than you be with your friends. But she did a whole she did a whole, I don't know, but that, I can't even say a 180. She did a whole, I don't know, cause this bitch is running herself. You know how you run in a circle chasing yourself? That's how she doing it. She just be making me dizzy. So I don't care about her. This is the only thing I want to talk about with this whole Nene situation, the whole breakdown. But this whole breakdown with the Nene situation. You know, Dr. Jeff comes out and she immediately turns her back to him. I'm like, why did they sit him right there if she was gonna go like this to him? I didn't get that. Then you know, they start talking about, I don't know exactly the order, I just know the conversation. They were talking about you know, her threatening his license and stuff like that, and she felt like she didn't like the way he did it. And she didn't like the way everybody ganged up on her and all this kind of stuff. And I'm sitting there like, Nene, I don't care what nobody say. Y'all better go watch that episode back where he told Nene you would be going first. So that's all I hear is him telling her you will be going first. Regardless of how he run his session, you going first, boo-boo. And like I say, if Nene would have stayed there, she would have got it. Then she started talking about everybody's situation. She was just like, oh, people's brother died, and people did this, and they had mommy issues, and they did this, and I'm sitting there like, bitch, did I miss something? You had mommy issues too. So you throwing out somebody else's mommy issues, but you had mommy issues too. Then we never brought up somebody's brother died, because Kandi never got to say that part, so now you throwing shit out there that didn't happen. So then here you come, little lapdog Porsha trying to defend Nene, talking about, you know, well, this person said something, then this person said something, then this person said something, and then when Kandi said something, Kandi was like, hold up, hold the fuck up. And I was with Kandi on that one, because Kandi was like, what y'all over there on that couch is explaining is totally different than what happened. And it's so true. Kandi was like, soon as the damn thing started, Nene was, you know, giving Dr. Jeff the business because he said that he was there to represent Nene, and she was like, you ain't here to represent me. So come on now. Then what else happened with that? But you know, Kandi was just like, wasn't nobody telling a story besides Claudia and Kenya. So don't even go there. And you know, it seemed like Porsha was getting a little attitude or whatever. Porsha knew she couldn't go there toe to toe with Kandi, so shut that shit on down, boo boo. Shut it on down. But then they start talking about moms and stuff like that, and Kenya was just basically saying how her and Nene had more in common than anything. You know what I'm saying? They both got mommy issues, and then Claudia was saying something. Everybody was speaking on Nene because Dr. Jeff stopped them and was like, oh, we're not going to talk about what Nene did. We're going to talk about let Nene talk. And I'm like, for what? If Nene wanted to talk, Nene would have stayed in that goddamn therapy session. This is not about Nene. This is about all the girls right now. So we're not going to let, I'm sorry, I would have been like, no, we're not going to let Nene talk when Nene brought that damn session and Nene could have talked about that right then. So then, you know, as they over there talking, I'm trying not to sound insensitive. I am. But it seemed like Nene was trying to make herself cry. Nene was building herself up to some emotions. And she did. It did get to her. Okay. I mean, in a way, I want to say she was doing it for show. And then in a way, I'm like, okay, maybe it did hit her. I don't want to be too hard on her. But it was just hard to watch. I'm just saying. I was over there. I'm sorry. Y'all might think I'm a bitch. But I was over there feeling like Kandi. Like, what the fuck? Because I'm going to tell y'all why I feel like that. Because she kept on saying, I don't want to talk about my mom. I don't want to talk about my mom. But I'm like, bitch, you wrote a book and talked about your mom. I'm sorry. Y'all better go read Nene's first book when she talked about her being with her first baby daddy. How, you know what I'm saying, and how she was out there in the streets being fast in a motherfucker. How her mom did her and made her mom was living in New York and she was living, sent her back to live with her auntie in Georgia or whatever. So all of this was talked about in her book. And this was in season 2 that she brought this book out. So I couldn't get it. I just, because I kept saying, because I read the book. So I kept saying, but this is in the book. People was over there acting shocked, but I'm like, this is in the book about Nene mommy issues. So for her to say, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. I'm like, bitch, you wrote a book about it. I don't get it. Maybe her book didn't go that well, and a lot of people don't know. Maybe she only got 20 copies. I don't know. But I'm like, it was in her book. And, so she walks off. Well, she would start crying. She started breaking down and crying, how much she wanted to talk to her mom or whatever. And so everybody, I like how Cynthia was the first one. Even when she saw her getting emotional, she was the first one to say, get her some tissue. She was the first one to jump up for her. And they all tried, you know, to surround her and say, it's okay, don't run away. Kenya was trying to be really supportive of her and stuff like that. And, they were trying to get Kandi to go over there and console her, and Kandi is like, what? Like, I don't even get it. I don't even know what happened for her to go there, you know? And I was with Kandi, like, I guess because, like I said, I read the book, so I was just like, what the fuck? And her breaking down, I'm telling you, I just couldn't get into it. I really, really couldn't. And maybe, I don't know, maybe it's because of the way she made me feel this season. Maybe I'm a bitch. I don't know, but I was just feeling the same way Kandi was feeling. And I'm the type of person, if I don't like you, or if I'm not feeling you like that, what the fuck am I going to console you for? Don't say, oh, it's out of compassion. It's about being informative, being supportive. Y'all know I'm the most supportive person ever. But if I don't fuck with you like that, and we was just having words, I would have sat on that couch too. I'm sorry. I would have sat on the couch. She walks up. I don't want to talk about my mom. I don't want to talk about my mom. So Porsha and Phaedra and Cynthia and Dr. Jeff all walked her outside, and Greg goes outside and she crying on everybody, and they telling her she don't have to talk about it. I'm sorry, I just couldn't get with it, because I felt like if everybody else had to talk about shit they didn't want to talk about, what makes Nene so damn special? What made Nene so special? I'm sorry. She ended up coming back in. They ended up talking to her to come back in. She had to go get her makeup done. But while she was out there getting it done, you know, King and them, they all like trying to figure out what's up. Cynthia ended up coming back out and telling them, you know, she just had a breakdown, and you know, they were saying everybody has a breaking point, which they do. That's why I kept saying, I don't know if this is true or whatever, but you know, everybody do have a breaking point. I give them that. But it's hard when you're a bitch the whole time and then you want the sympathy vote. It's just hard to give people that be a bitch a sympathy vote. But they all felt sorry for her. I don't think Kandi did. But everybody else felt sorry for her. She came back and talked, and everybody over there gave them her support, and how they are the same, and you know, they have a sisterhood. And I get that. You guys probably do have a sisterhood, because you know, we do have that when we go through things with our sister, and we don't like them this minute, then we getting back along this minute. So I get that, but I don't know. I wouldn't call Nene my sister. Fuck all that. And then it's hard to feel sorry for her when we have seen her do interviews after this. She's been on Watch What Happens Live. She's been on other things after this, and she still shades these women. So I don't see the breakthrough. She gets on Twitter, she still shades these women. So come on now, like for real. And even with that whole thing with her and Cynthia and their friendship or whatever, I felt Cynthia. I felt what Cynthia was saying. I was on Cynthia's whole side, because, and then like we say, things get brought up as they watch the things in the confessionals and what people say on the confessionals and Twitter. So I got what Cynthia was saying. I did. And Nene talking about, oh, she was trying not to sit by me and all this kind of stuff. Girl, boo. Girl, boo. Maybe if you wouldn't have been, I'm sorry, because I don't think nobody would have been able to call Greg a bitch and all that kind of stuff and get away with it without no backlash from Nene. That's why I was on Cynthia's side. But all in all, what happened at the end, like I said, they end up talking to her, and she ended up thanking the ladies for being there for her, and they gave a group hug, and she seemed like she didn't want to give a group hug for real. So I don't think these women really was genuine as far as they cool now. They was probably genuine as far as, you know, being there for her when she was crying. But as far as them kumbaya in and out now, I don't think that's going to happen, because all these women have thrown shade through the season on Twitter and in them confessionals. Even since that reunion has been taped. That's my review for the Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 7 Reunion Part 3. It is over. I will be back tonight for 11 Hip Hop Atlanta. Tell me what y'all thought about it. Like I said, sorry if I'm missing things. We can talk about it in the comment section. I just really want to get this video out to you guys. And just give you my thoughts on it. I just hope next season it'll be better, because this season was whack. Shout out to Ashley Miller, Mike B. I'm always gonna shout out my cousin, even though he don't do Real Housewives, he do other videos. Squeaky Jones, Tam G, Steve Mentis, say Sharon Bradley, Gregory Hemphill, oh damn, my mind went blank. Forest Rocks, much love from KY, and everybody else, Tiki44, I love all you guys, and you know, if you guys had a great Mother's Day, I hope you guys, you know, celebrated your mother, or if you a mother, I hope you got celebrated. And follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Google+, Xbox Live. I do everything about the Ghetto View, THA, not THE, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Peace out.